This small plant connects to a tree that is over 2,300 years old. And last Sunday, I got to take part in helping plant it. For the past 4,000 consecutive days, I've practiced yoga and meditation daily. But understanding something intellectually and participating in living history, that's different. That changes you. This isn't a story about visiting a temple. This is about what happens when you stop being a tourist and start contributing to the places that teach you something. So let me tell you what this tree actually represents. In Bodh Gaya, India, there's a tree called the Bodhi Tree, the descendant of the actual tree on which Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, sat and attained enlightenment around 500 BC. That tree is the most sacred site in Buddhism. In 288 BC, a cutting from that original tree was taken to Sri Lanka by Emperor Ashoka's daughter, a Buddhist nun named Sanghamita. That tree, the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi, is still alive in Sri Lanka. It's the oldest verified tree planted by human hands on Earth. A living national treasure, guarded and revered for over 2,000 years. The sapling we planted here at the Finka, it came from that tree in Sri Lanka, which means this little plant carries an unbroken lineage back to the Buddha himself. Think about that. A direct connection across 23 centuries, now growing here on the Ecuadorian coast. Last Sunday, Bhante Sujanta, a monk from Sri Lanka, led the planting ceremony. It wasn't performative. It was reverent, intentional, and grounded. But here's what made it even more profound. One of the participants in the retreat was a retired Vietnamese doctor. In the early 1970s, his father participated in a similar ceremony, planting a Bodhi tree in their hometown in Vietnam. That's the thing about these trees. They're not just plants. They're living threads that connect generations, continents, and philosophies. His father in Vietnam, this monk in Sri Lanka, and me, a Canadian guy who's been on the road for the last 3 years. All of us together that Sunday afternoon, carrying forward a legacy and planting the future. Buddhism teaches Anicca, impermanence. Everything changes. Nothing lasts. And yet, this tree has survived 2,300 years precisely because people understood impermanence. They knew it needed protection, care, and attention. They knew that if they didn't act, that lineage would be broken. I've been meditating since 1997, 28 years now. Mostly Vipassana. And one thing that practice teaches you is presence. Being fully aware in the present moment. But presence without action is just observation. That morning I taught a yoga class, just another day here at the retreat. A few hours later, I was taking part in this auspicious ceremony, maintaining a legacy and planting the future. Street smart travel has always been about engaging with the world, not just passing through it. Learning the unwritten rules, serving, not extracting. I'll never see this tree reach maturity. Nobody at the planting ceremony will be alive to see that. But somebody will. And that's the point. The poet Rabindranath Tagore wrote, "The one who plants trees, knowing that he will never sit in their shade, has at least started to understand the meaning of life." Planting this tree, that's the embodiment of that philosophy. I didn't come here to take a picture at a sacred site. I came here to help create one. And I had no idea this was going to be part of my experience here on the Finka. As the Buddhists would say, a most auspicious occurrence. Finka Moringa Sagrada, down here on the southern coast of Ecuador, where this retreat and tree planting happened, is a retreat center. The owner has built something really special here, a space for transformation, realization, not just relaxation. She has a great team working with her to capture events like this. And to that end, I will leave a link to the professionally done video of the tree planting ceremony, which is definitely worth a look. And if you would like to do a retreat, a Buddhist retreat, a yoga retreat, whatever she has on offer, definitely come and check this place out. If you're looking for something more than yoga and smoothies, this is a great place to be. This tree will outlive all of us, and with care, it'll be here for centuries. And maybe 100 years from now, someone will take a clipping from this tree and plant it somewhere else. That's the legacy, not just of Buddhism, but of care, of paying attention, of planting something you'll never see fully grown. If you've been following my journey, you'll know I don't do this for the algorithm. I do it to leave behind something that matters. Sometimes that's supporting local businesses, sometimes it's sharing knowledge, and sometimes it's planting a tree that connects the present to 2,300 years of history. None of this would have happened if I'd stayed in my comfort zone. The world offers these experiences to anyone brave enough to show up for them.